Hydroponics growing plants in water instead of soil, it's super resource efficient. You can grow a crop with 90% less water, no pesticides, chemicals, and you get 2 to 3 times the yield per plant. So it's really sustainable, and that was the main draw for us. We're just making it more accessible to more people, and I think focusing on crops that people actually use, right? And I think that's something we're seeing a lot of innovation across the industry, and we're bringing it to new markets.
I'm always surprised at how little people have been introduced to like these sort of modern agriculture techniques. I think most people have never heard of growing plants indoors, let alone like stacked under LEDs without soil. I think it kind of gets people's imagination going because a lot of people don't really know the circumstances that their food was grown in. So to see what might kind of be the future or an aspect of the future of our food system, I think gets people pretty excited. Gets me excited.
I guess we've started building the business around serving food service clients to bring farms to their campuses, to senior living communities, to corporate dining locations. I think focusing there and seeing the need for fresh produce was strongest. For us, like we see innovation across all these markets, really anywhere that uses leafy greens and salad could, in theory, use one of our farms, but we've had to be really strategic about which segments we go to first.
It's cool to be kind of in the initial wave, but what we're doing here is something that humans haven't really done before, and I think we're going to see it everywhere. If you see the amount of money and interest in the hydroponic space in general, microfarming is a really cool segment of that, and I see in 5 to 10 years, every single business location will have some sort of microfarming unit in there. So I don't think we'll ever replace field growing, but I think this is a heavy complement to it. And I think all those things combined can lead to a more sustainable future.
We deliver the unit, install it for you, get you set up with the crops that you select during onboarding, train you on the mobile app and stuff like that. And then really once you get started, when you plant your first crop, all that scheduling is automatically generated on our back end. So all you need to do really is respond to notifications that tell you, when to plant, transplant, stuff like that. And then we've even got training in our app that sort of shows you, if you forget like how to do those things.
For us, it's always been like, can we remove the green thumb from growing? And so while we develop all of this sophisticated tech to do that, we've designed it in a way that the user's hardly exposed to that at all. So we call it our remote management platform. It's a little bit like air traffic control. We can see what's growing and when, and we can control a lot of these complex variables without the user knowing. So they just see planting and harvesting notifications, but that whole time we've been growing their crops for them, adjusting recipes and so forth, which I think is more of a user experience design challenge that we luckily have overcome, right? Our customers just plant, harvest, and we take care of the rest.
People always want lettuce, basil, microgreens, edible flowers. One of my goals is to try to grow fruiting crops. So for example, we're growing peppers in here, but our product's about being able to grow a lot of different things in the same unit. A lot of growers have specialized machines per crop type. We can grow micros, lettuce, herbs, chard, everything in the same unit. So that's kind of like our core competency is the remote management and the ability to grow a multitude of things in the same unit. Time, not being constrained by the elements. It doesn't matter if it rains outside, if it's cold. Disease control, getting an outbreak from these things is much more difficult than outside. The traceability, not being subject to weather patterns, drought, climate conditions. So what we do after we harvest something like this is weigh it, record the taste, record any interesting information about it. Then we'll actually process it and give them to employees as kind of a benefit. So I haven't bought greens since I started working at Babylon. And I hope that one day, that's the case for everyone here.
It's so innately human to grow your own food, and I think it really resonates with people, and you realize how detached a lot of people are from where their food comes from, and we help re-engage them. So it's super rewarding to see it.